Welcome to Arlington, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to one of my recent rehabs here that we're about to start flipping. Now today is dumpster day, which is why I'm sitting at the top of a dumpster. But unfortunately, they didn't load this right, and I'm going to show you why they didn't do it right and how you can save money on your next rehab, because a lot of money, thousands and thousands of dollars is lost every year for real estate investors by not doing the process of loading their dumpsters correctly and using all the cubic volume space and doing it effectively and efficiently. Because if you're doing 10, 20, 30 rehabs a year, you're not loading your dumpsters right, it's adding up to thousands of dollars, right? And a lot of people are not doing this right. In fact, that's hardly ever I drive by a dumpster and see that it was loaded correctly. So I'm gonna come down and show you the step-by-step process exactly how to do this right now. Hey guys, it's great to be out of that dumpster. Now we're dealing with a lot of issues here, but that's the life of an entrepreneur. So it's actually raining on me, but I'm gonna get this video out for you anyways. And we do have planes and trains and cars driving by. This is a high traffic area, which is also why it's a really good deal. And we'll get into other videos on that later. But talking about dumpsters, this video is going to be on how to save thousands of dollars a year if you're a rehabber, because don't think I've ever driven by another dumpster while I'm doing day-to-day driving around to my properties and seen anybody actually load a dumpster right. Everybody just throws stuff in. You don't just take cabinets and throw it in. You don't just take carpets and wad them up and throw them in. You're not using the science of maximization of cubic volume space. We're trying to use all the space within a given area, right? And we're trying to save dollars because it adds up. So the goal is to use one dumpster when most people use two, or to use three dumpsters when most people use five. Or if you get a really bad property, we use 8 or 9 dumpsters. And can you imagine how many someone would have used if they didn't do it the way we did it? And I know someone that once used 30 dumpsters on a house because there's 30 years of trash in the backyard and the house was head high. And guys, it adds up. Now, let's quickly talk about the different ways to remove trash, because if you're doing a lot of rehabs, the trash removal and the dejunking the property is on the front side of the project, and it's a very important part, and it's a very big pain in the you know what. So traditionally you can get a dumpster, you can get a trailer and haul it away, you can get a U-Haul, or you can take it away by truckload, guys. And I know as a new investor, including myself, I kept thinking there's got to be a cheaper way. I can haul it away myself or do it. After you spend the time going to the dump and paying for extra trailers and you leverage in your time and energy, guys, you're paying more all day long. The cheapest way, without a doubt, is just to get a dumpster. So I say it's cheaper, but it's not cheap. This one behind me right here is a 40-yard dumpster, and it costs about $400. Typically around the country, you're going to pay anywhere from $300 to $600 to get one of these, right? Depending on what city. Now, I typically use 1 or 2 per property, and occasionally we use 4, 5, 6, depending on how much stuff's in the house. And if you get a hoarder property, you're going to use a lot. Now they fill up quick. Even though they're big, they fill up quick. So the goal is to use as few of them as possible. And there's a science behind this, and I'm going to show you the exact system we use to use less dumpsters on each project, right? So if you take an empty dumpster and you look at the house as far as the materials you have, we take everything that's flat and rigid that can't be broken down any further than where it's at that given time. So we take, cabinets, and we don't just throw them in. We break them up, we kick the back ends out of them, we break off the cabinet doors, and we lay them flat as if they were coming in pieces out of the box. We take old plywood and old drywall, and we lay everything flat along the bottom. The goal is to be a trash compactor. Just like you have in your house, if you guys pay money for a trash compactor for a little unit, why are you not doing it on something that's actually involving a large amount of money, right? These are big dumpsters. You can save big money doing so and use that money for marketing to get more deals. So we lay everything flat. And then what's next? We have our long pieces of wood and other objects that just can't be broken down, but they're long and cylindrical. We have broomsticks and old ladders and old 2x4s and pieces of siding and even shingles, right? So we then lay that down. And then after that is where we bring in our carpets and our pad. We don't just bundle it up and drag it out there, guys. We roll it up nice and neat. And we stack it in and we wedge it in to get the most out of the space, because the goal is to not have to spend more than we have to. What comes next is the big furniture, right? Now we start with, the sofas, the chairs, the desks, the appliances and everything, right? So we go with the biggest piece of furniture first. That's usually a sofa or a love seat, and we walk it to the back, right? We just walk it all the way back. We don't throw it over the edge. We stack it in there nice and orderly. If it fits in the back, we do it. If it's too wide, we turn it and set it down the side. Now if you look at a sofa, right, it's an L like this. We take like a recliner, we turn it the other way and we sit it in there, right? We do the same thing with chairs. We make everything fit like pieces of a puzzle, and we capture every inch that we can. because we don't want to go pay $400 or $500 more for another dumpster when we don't have to. And the goal is to capture on all the space. Now you wedge everything in and you stack it in there nice and neat. Think OCD like, right? Think of what someone who's OCD would do. Now after you get all that done, you bring in all your normal bags of trash and your loose stuff and you place it accordingly and you fill up the rest of the space. And that's how you're going to maximize and load a dumpster correctly. Now, how do you pay your individuals? You do not pay them by the hour because it takes longer to do it this way. So you tell them up front, we're paying you for the project and it has to be done this way, because if I have to get another dumpster and it's something that I could have done in one dumpster, you're pulling that stuff out and you're going to reload it, because I'm not paying an extra $400 or $500 because you want to be lazy and just throw stuff over and not walk it in there, right? So you let them know ahead of time that they're not getting paid unless they do it right. And if they don't do it right, they're going to pull that stuff out and put it back in because they're costing you money, right? So that's the goal, is to do it this way. Because look at it this way. If you're doing any type of volume, 30, 40, 50 flips a year, and a lot of times what most people are doing on a house when they're doing 2 dumpsters, we're doing it in 1, or they're doing 5 dumpsters, we're doing it in 3. So imagine if we save 1 dumpster a house, and we're doing 50 houses a year. Do the math. Times that by 10 years, that's enough to put your kids through college. That's enough to buy multiple free and clear, decent rental properties, guys. You can just go do whatever you want with that money. Travel, live a better lifestyle. It's these little tricks that experienced investors use on each project to take what most people make $20,000 to $25,000, and that's how we make $30,000 to $40,000. Because if you're saving $500 here, $1,000 there, $700 here, and you're using lots of little tricks that you've learned over the years, and like tricks that I'm going to give you on this channel if you come back, you're able to accomplish more, save more on a project, and make higher net profits at the end of the year, which allows you to do a lot more with your money. Grow your business faster, hire more employees, which creates more tax money, which creates better benefits for your community. It just works for everyone a lot better all around. So the goal is to maximize on the dumpster you have, get as few dumpsters as possible, because we all know what it's like, guys. You have a dumpster, it's getting close to being full, and you're looking at the dumpster, you're looking at the house, you're looking at the dumpster, and you're looking back at the house, and you're starting to worry because you realize it looks like there's more stuff in the house than there is the dumpster, and I'd hate to see you fill up that dumpster and have to get another one and only fill it a quarter full, right? Or have to still take that extra stuff to the dump. So if you think what I taught you today is going to save you money sometime in the future on your next rehabs, go ahead and like this, hit the like button. That helps this channel get seen. It helps YouTube kind of pick it up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Join the army, guys. We're trying to grow a community here, and we're looking to help you as investors save money on each and every deal you do. And please, 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 if you go out and use any of these tips or techniques that I use to maybe save $500 on your next rehab, and you take that $500 and put it into mailers, and you go and close a deal worth $30,000, please go ahead and send those stories in, because that's what I'm doing this for. I'd like to hear about those, right? Because that's the whole point of creating an army, creating a community. We're doing this for you, and we want to help y'all be better at what you're doing. I spent a lot of time, a lot of failure, and a lot of headache learning these tips and techniques that I'm giving you to help you in your business. You guys can clearly see I'm out here standing in the rain filming this video for you. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like it, share it, support us, and we'll bring you more information that's going to help you in your business. And I'll see you soon.